Think you don't have space for a model railway? Well, in this video I'll show you how to build one in a Christmas tree box. I'll be using a baseboard from scalemodelScenery.co.uk. There's a link down in the description. The parts come laser cut in MDF, as you can see, and they're very well cut and made. This is the one of the two halves of the baseboard. That's the surface, you can see the width there. That's the back seam element. So the parts are all handed, so you can't put them in the wrong way. Although during this I did try on a couple of occasions, as you might see. There's a bag of bolts in with the set as well to join the two halves together. The instructions recommend you go through a dry run initially, putting them all together. I found this quite helpful because it allowed me to work out what I needed to do. There are comprehensive instructions included, but you probably don't need them, as it is a fairly straightforward kit to put together. It's just a question of making sure that everything fits in the right order, in the right place. So here I'm putting in one of the middle supporting struts, and as you can see, it's not as easy as it looks. And if I'd consulted the instructions, I would have worked out which way round they would have gone. As you can see, it all fits together very neatly. That is the advantage of laser cutting. The tolerances are so good that all the holes are exactly the right size. All the slots, all the sections that you slot in are all just the right size for their intended location. This is the first laser cut kit I've built. As you can see, it seems to be going reasonably smoothly, and it doesn't take long before you start seeing the fruits of your efforts. As you can see, they're all firmly clipped together. And interlock with each other. So it's just a question of putting all the parts together in the right order, and you can see that even someone as ham-fisted as myself can make up a baseboard module in a relatively short period of time. Once you've done this, all you need to do then is to put it together using some PVA or wood glue. Here is the spacer which goes on the end in between adjoining modules, just to keep them the right distance apart. And you can see the centre hole there for any wiring to go through, and the 2 holes either side are where the bolts go through, and they're tightened up using wing nuts. Here you see the completed module all glued together, and I'm just going to connect the other module to it to form the full baseboard. The layout that I'm planning to put this on is going to be a Scottish layout, which I've called Loch Doune, which is going to be loosely based on the Loch Tay station that was on the Killin branch in the Highlands of Scotland. So it will be slightly freelance, and there will be opportunity for a little bit of shunting and one coach passenger trains were the norm, of course. And here you see me struggling to put a wing nut on a bolt. But it all goes together reasonably smoothly. The trick is that when you're gluing the spacers on, is to put the wing nuts through, and bolts and the wing nuts through on the holes to keep them in the right place. And there you have it, completed baseboard. I'd probably put a little bit of duct tape or something at the back of the back seam there, just to sort of hold the 2 sections together. They were a little bit floppy there. And here's the test. Will it fit in the plastic box? And yes, it does. Lid on, and we're in business. So there you have it. And if you'd like to see the rest of the build of this layout, please click to subscribe and click on the bell for notifications, or have a look at one of the other videos that I've got on screen now. I'll see you in the next video.